Speaking of the Carolina Panthers, they had some media availability today ahead of their game against the San Francisco 49ers. Let's play a little good Baker, bad Baker. You want to hear good Baker first or bad Baker
No,
first?
I like to start with the bad and end on the good.
Okay, so let's go with bad Baker here. I believe I'm not saying anything radical by saying that Baker Mayfield has not been good this season. The lottery ticket, the scratch-off ticket that was Baker Mayfield at $5 million as they were discarding him from the Cleveland Browns because they brought in Deshaun Watson, has essentially resulted in a $5 payout. Like, do you do the scratch-offs, Giglio?
Does a bear go in the woods?
My dad loves scratch-offs.
Yeah.
So every time I go over to my parents' house, I'll play the scratch-offs, and I'm like the king of the $10 win. Like, I just won the money back. And my dad, of course, is like, cool, I'll just go buy more lottery tickets with this.
Who doesn't do that?
Right, you never cash in the $10. You just give me another lottery ticket.
10 more.
But that's essentially what Baker Mayfield is. He's not even the $10 to win you another lottery ticket. He's just kind of like, $5. It's nothing right now. And batted balls have been a big problem for Baker Mayfield, and he was asked about that today, and then bad Baker showed up.
I think it still goes as to what we've been talking about, finding windows to throw in games, and then also we just got to get their hands down when it comes to quick game, things like that, of that nature. So, just finding windows.
When you went back and looked at the tape, that 4th and 1, the RPO, what did you see? Was that a call you were comfortable with? Or?
Yeah, I mean, Buda Baker's blitzing, so that's my answer. It's tough on Ian because Buda's hitting the inside on the blitz, so they're going to, stem out. So it's tough on him. He just, because he knew that he wasn't going to get to me, he put his hands up and just a couple fingers off.
Why not try something new or change something or drill-wise?
If you got a drill for me, you can let me know. If you have a drill for me, you can let me know.
Coaches haven't given you any suggestions or something like that?
I mean, it's like staying in the pocket. It's finding windows to throw, getting their hands down in quick game. I mean, it's the same things I keep saying.
If there's a drill, and if I'm not mistaken, haven't people on social media been posting like Tom Amansky versions of football of, maybe you want to try this?
Basically.
Look, man, Baker Mayfield's caught himself a couple of times already, and this is where we get to good Baker. When they lost this past weekend and he was asked about the boos, he said, well, I'm pretty sure on the drive that they booed me, we put up 6. That's not how you answer that. We make fun of Matt Rhule on this program a lot, but the head coach of the Panthers actually handled it correctly when he said, we deserve the criticism. These people are paying money. They're coming out here, and if that's how they want to, if they show their displeasure, that's what you do. That's what fans are allowed to do. You can boo. Baker Mayfield didn't like that. Basically what he's saying is, fine, boo me the whole game. Maybe I'll score more touchdowns. I won't have batted balls down. So he was asked again about the criticism, and this was better Baker that came through.
Completely fair. I'll take that any day of the week. We just have to be better. I've said before, I pride myself on being a guy that elevates the guys around him and being able to lead at an extremely high level, and obviously that has not happened yet. So I'm working really hard on that, and it starts with me just doing my job the very best I can, and then going from there. So I'll take a lot of blame for that, and I consistently will.
That's Baker Mayfield, quarterback for the Carolina Panthers. Ben McAdoo, the offensive coordinator who was brought in to spark a little something offensively, also spoke to the media today. And he was critical of himself, and he's paraphrasing here. I was brought in to make an impact, and that clearly has not happened.
I was brought in here to make an impact, right? And it hasn't happened yet. Now, that doesn't mean we're discouraged or, we're 4 games in, right? So we got another game this week, and we're excited at the opportunity that we have this week, and we have a tremendous opponent coming in here this week. And we're just going to keep working at it and throwing effort at it. And, I think we have a tremendous locker room and a tremendous coaching staff. And we're just going to keep plowing away and plugging at it. But if anything, I'm motivated and I'm excited, to keep working with these guys and get this thing to improve.
So that's Ben McAdoo, offensive coordinator for the Carolina Panthers. Giglio, they're saying all the right things, and they can try to go out and execute. But, man, it's a hell of a Sunday to try to go and execute offensively against a 49ers defense that's currently on one.
Yeah, the biggest problems that they've had, is trying to block anybody, let alone the best front in the NFL right now. I feel for, actually, Baker Mayfield and Matt Rhule and Ben McAdoo, and I feel for all of them because the hardest thing to do is to keep fighting when you know the end result. Panthers are not a bad team. They have a bad record. They're not going to magically improve. They're probably going to win 5 or 6 games this year, and that's it. And they could fire Matt Rhule and probably going to win 5 or 6 games.
Mm-hmm.
They can bench Baker Mayfield. They're probably going to win 5 or 6 games. They're not good. Matt Rhule's not a good coach. Baker Mayfield, for whatever reason now, is not a good quarterback. I didn't hate what they did. You mentioned that he was a scratch-off. I didn't hate what they did. They actually didn't give up a lot to get this scratch-off ticket as opposed to Sam Darnold, as opposed to the money that they gave Teddy Bridgewater, too. I don't hate what they tried, but they tried, and I'm here to tell you they've already failed.
Yes.
And I think part of it, and this is, a lot of coaches will look at this and scoff at this and say, well, what about Sean McVay? And I would say to you, Sean McVay is actually a football savant. That's what I would say to you. Because what I'm about to say is the Panthers needed a preseason. That's what they needed. And you could sit here and go, oh, you don't want to get Christian McCaffrey hurt. You don't want to get DJ Moore hurt. Yeah, but you know what you need? You need reps. And what you're seeing through the first month of this season is 3 guys who should be their 3 best players,
yes,
who are not not even close to their 3 best players. But Baker Mayfield's having the worst start so far in his career. Like, he's 54% of his passes. He can't complete passes because he can't get them past the line of scrimmage. Like, this is peewee football crap. And if you don't roll them out, well, guess what? Oh, like, you have to do things once you adjust. You know when the time is to figure out what the guy can and can't do? Mm-hmm. Oh, damn, the preseason.
Well, what did they do in the preseason?
They ducked and hid and split reps because there was going to be we got to be fair to Sam Darnold. Right. We can't hurt Sam's feelings.
They created a fake quarterback controversy in the preseason to appease who?
I honestly, at this point, I don't know.
That's the thing.
Like they just don't.
I don't know.
They don't get it, and Matt Rhule's never gotten it, and bless his heart, it'll be over soon enough for him.
Wow. It took this long to finally hit Matt Rhule with the bless his heart. Man, that's how I know Joe Giglio is no longer a Jersey boy. My dude just hit Matt Rhule with a bless your heart. Yeah, it's a wrap. It's a wrap for Matt Rhule after that.